Hello everybody, hope you're doing well and welcome to what is the test server. Yes, I have access to this, going to be making a load of videos, and like many Europeans, you're waking up like myself, piecing together a lot of information that dropped over the last few hours, and we're going to have that here on this channel. And please consider hitting the subscribe button, as 96.1% of people that watch the channel are not subscribed. Please think about doing that, especially when I post new information, especially as well as I'm back now, putting out new information. And look out for a massive amount of guides and other information that's going to be helpful for free-to-play and spending players. This video is time-coded and has links in the description to all information that we've covered. First of all, starting off with mouse acceleration. This is in the Season 1 build. Really important for a lot of players. It's not exactly going to help you when it comes to like aim assist or getting better accuracy. There is something that I personally recommend, but it's good to see that this is in the season though. So this is not sponsored, but I want to point out angle snapping. So some of the new devices that I'm going to be picking up, angle snapping is something that I really recommend for people. This comes to certain devices, and I'm not sponsored, but I will put a link in the description to the video that I'm referencing on the screen right now. It basically improves your aim. If you want to get at a certain level for headshots, at least you'll be consistent with your hits. This is why I need to buy a new device, because my mouse is trash. But definitely having this feature in game helps with the improvement and getting that mouse down right with movement. Now, what are the changes? Well, this is very early days, and take a lot of these with a pinch of salt, especially because we haven't had the website updated, which we'll talk about in a second, and also the extent of these changes could be not subject to change, but there could be things from, say, anchor boosts which affect them. Here's a good example. So Hela has 250 HP compared with 275 in Season 0. When it comes to Hawkeye, his charge arrow to full power seems to be slower, and you now drop 50% archer focus after not tracking an enemy. And that could be a bug, or it could be a part of like the change to the character's nerf. Venom's right click seems to slow down enemies more significantly, and the amount of shields gained when from symbiotic resistance may have increased. There's a lot more there, especially as Captain America has 675 HP compared with 650 HP from Season 0. Something that the developers said they were going to be maxing the extent of what these characters do and kind of change the narrative, because a lot of people focus on high KO games, and that's not really the case with a full team dynamic. Storm seems to move faster and have faster projectiles. There's also damage fall off and seems to be significantly decreased. Thor's team ability cooldown reduced to 8 seconds from 20 seconds in Season 0. Wolverine has 350 HP compared with 300 HP. I know there's a lot more there, but I'm not going to be reading off a load of text. Especially as a lot of these, take it with a pinch of salt until we actually see, number one, the cause and effect, like are these nerfs going to be felt, and number two, the extent of what's on the website. Currently, as you can see on the screen, the health of Wolverine is 300. That is not what has been dissected from the Season 1 early access build, which I have access to myself. But I'm happy to see two of my favourite characters that I sort of main, but I'm still in training at the moment, is that the projectiles move faster for Moon Knight, and for Squirrel Girl, her ult is a lot faster as well and seems to home in on enemies, which I like that. However, take this with a pinch of salt until I can do a full comparison between side by side, and as well have the actual numbers, because a lot of people don't have the correct numbers for stuff. We can get a full dissection of what has actually changed. So last night I did watch a little bit before I went off to sleep of the live stream of XQC, Emeru, and I even dropped into Marvel Rival Guide stream, who actually said that he didn't think, and I didn't think as well, because we're both in the content creator program, that XQC should be showing the Battle Pass. In any case, he showed the Battle Pass, so there's nothing that can be done about that. It's now out for everyone to see. So this is the revealed Battle Pass so far, which you can see, it looks pretty darn stacked. I did say in a video yesterday that the Battle Pass will feature 10 free skins. I should have corrected that to say Luxury Battle Pass, so apologies to the couple people that got a bit funny about that, but I corrected that, I changed the thumbnail, I made a pinned comment, so sorry I guess, but it was rectified. Anyway, it's good to see all these freebies that are put within it. This of course is going to take a long time to do. There seems to be 10 steps that are viewable, whether or not there's more than that, and also the extent of free units right there. We already know the extent of how much is in here for free, and of course back just then we saw that there was going to be some lattice there. Lattice and units are free within there, and if I remember rightly, it's 600 lattice and 600 of the units. In my mind, I thought that it might be a bit more lattice, but I think that's correct. 600 lattice and 600 units that you get free with it. But the free skins are really good. We'll go over some of the free skins in a minute and some of the animations. I'm not doing a full dissection because we're doing a bit of a news roundup show, so there's a lot of things to get through. You can see all the lovely units there. There's an extra 100 of lattice right there. That name, oh wow. Savage Submariner. Wow, that is I only swore then, but that's such an amazing costume right there. You do get free collectibles, and there's a bit of a story part, and that's why we're kind of bringing in an extra bit of extra stuff when it comes to potentially Blade being hinted later on in the show today. The Blood Edge armor and this kind of gothic style that we've seen from this particular season, because everything has cadence and a story, I absolutely love. The developer's done a great job with that. Everything's got a theme. Even Adam Warlock, which again looks like it's kind of like gothic, tectonic knight, or kind of old knight style, especially with the mask. The man in the iron mask, isn't it? There's some big questions around the Scarlet Witch skin. Now, I like this skin, and there's a bit more story to it, which we'll cover in a minute. Now, the Wolverine one, again, I like the style. It is pretty darn good. It is some old man Logan vibes in a, again, gothic style. To be honest, it looks like Van Helsing. Let's put it that way, which is a good nod if you think about it, because Hugh Jackman did the film Van Helsing. It's not exactly, but you know, and I'm reaching, but at least I'm kind of reaching in a direction that's, hey, it looks like the thing that he did the thing in. So let's now do a little bit of skin dissection, especially because we've got Penny Parker's blue tarantula, and this is the Spider blue type style, meaning that we've got a really nice Eva trio right there. That is pretty darn good. Now, the big question marks about the Scarlet Witch skin, which I mentioned a moment ago, is that first of all, the design. It is actually slightly different than what you might expect. So that MVP animation is exclusive to the Emporium Matron costume, which is loosely based on an appearance in X-Men Hellfire Gala in 2022. Now, based on the leaked data, a lot of people were drawing comparisons to the Dalterman suit, and while it is like not exactly like this is the leaked version of the Dalterman suit, which we thought we were getting. It does feel that there could be either it's a slight alteration or it's something further down the line that we'll be getting. Not just the one that we saw in the MVP animation a moment ago, but also this version, which was leaked a long time ago. So yes, always have hope that you'll see your favourite skin come into game, or kind of costume from your favourite comic book arc. This one right here, this Loki one, again, similar comparisons that have been drawn, and NetEase will never do everything exactly to source material. They'll put it in their own kind of little spin and art style. This is just, which is good. Like, I think a lot of people, you know, don't remember that NetEase are going to do their own little art style. It will be similar, but not exact. This, in fact, is where that particular costume is taken from, the 2018 Thor run, which, hey, this Loki looks badass, and so does the MVP animation in game, and of course the Loki skin. Also, the Blood Shield skin, which you can see on screen a little bit of, has been the teased one for the, I think this is progressing through competitor ranked mode, so that's going to be pretty darn exciting. Put in the comments which costume, which skin is and has been your favorite so far. Also, maybe from season 1, like which one is going to be the stand-up one for you to get, because I definitely have mine and I cannot wait to play. I need this skin. This Thor skin is 100% my favorite skin that's coming into season 1. It is very much close to the classic version that well, not classic, but it's modernized NetEase Marvel Rivals version meets just the kind of look. The second like Thor version I like is one that's more the unworthy Thor, the one that's like wielding Yamborn, which I don't think is possible in the game, but maybe they could do something with it, with maybe a destroyer arm and looking rugged and kind of like really pissed off with the world and the universe, which he pretty much was as unworthy Thor. And now we're going to end the show today on the following. Blade, maybe, question mark. So I've been looking at this image, and a bit of context for this. This is after the events of what's going to happen with the Eternal Falls, that Moon Knight starts a group called the Eternity Knights. The Eternity Knights have Iron Man, Wolverine, Adam Warlock, Winter Soldier, and Psylocke, as you can see on screen right now. But what is so significant and important about this? Well, the person over the left-hand side looks to be a character like Blade. there's high chance it is Blade. There's something that did put me off, first of all, to make me think it may not be Blade, and those shoulder pads, or the kind of piece of armor, looks to me like a panther. However, if you look at some of the vampires that are listed in here based on like the image, some of them do have under fangs. So as well as the character having right here with the shoulder pad having like an underfang, some of the other bats actually have exactly the same thing. And funnily enough, in other types of imagery, it kind of looks like that's the case. You can actually see bottom right hand corner that a bat has, or these bat-like undead creatures have these underfangs as well. So it could be that Dracula has Blade under his control, and this is how we get Blade coming into game. What are your thoughts? I'll put it down to the community opinion on who you think it is. It basically makes much sense for this to be Blade as opposed to being Black Panther that's been possessed. But we'll have to see what happens in, I'd say, part 2 of the season as the story unfolds. Anyway, make sure to subscribe and support the channel. It would mean the world to me if you could do that, as I'm back making content. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.